You're new to Star Citizen and need to know how to navigate the universe? Well, in this guide, I'll help you pick the perfect starter ship, show you the basics of gearing up your character, teach you how to fly your ship, and show you how to make money by looting gear and selling it. First, let's take a look at the perfect starter ship for you. For me, I usually go to the pledge store to see all the game packages. Now, there's quite a bit that they have offered, but you can see all of them by clicking on view all packages. Here you can see all of them here. You can start off with a Pisces, Aurora MR, Mustang Alpha, a Cutter, and Avenger Titan depending on your budget. Usually I recommend just starting off with the Aurora MR. They do have a promotion on at the moment where it's a little bit cheaper, but the Aurora MR is usually my pick, even though the community's favorite starter ship is the Avenger Titan, but it's a little bit more. So I would definitely recommend either the Pisces, the Aurora MR, or the Cutter. Definitely all good ships, so make sure you take a look at all of them, but just get yourself a basic starter ship and earn all the other ships in game. If you haven't already, you can use my referral code when you sign up for Star Citizen. This will allow you to gain extra 5,000 credits in game to help you buy more ships. Plus you'll also be supporting me so that I can review more ships. So let me quickly head in game and show you around. For my guide, I'm going to use the Aurora MR just because it's one of the cheapest ships and the most versatile. So let's get into the game modes. Arena Commander, it's like a game mode you can just spawn into and practice Star Citizen. You can spawn your ship, fight against other players, and get a bit better here and there. But Persistent Universe is the main game mode. This is the world of Star Citizen. We're gonna go in there first and create our character. Here we can make our character male, well, female, male. Go here and fiddle with a lot of things. You can face shape and so forth, but I'm just gonna go to my character. I'm gonna go load my character that I already created. Since you can save a character as well, I'm just gonna hit load. Gonna go to review, and then I'm gonna accept so that we can get started. You can take as long as you want. You're gonna get this screen here. You can do the tutorial, but sometimes it's a bit buggy and you need to start over. So I'm just gonna skip, and I will walk you through everything that you need to know so that you don't have to do the tutorial. So I'm going to skip since the tutorial is sometimes a bit limited. System here, we're going to go with a place to spawn, a main city. I like to do area 18 just because the tutorial also starts here. So I'm going to do this one, but I'll definitely help you along. Okay, we chose area 18. I'm gonna play on the EU since this is the best ping for me, even though I'm from South Africa. So let me just press play and confirm. We are going to wake up in our bed. You can see if you look to your right, we can hit F to get up, or you can hit Y and it should get you up as well. So it's pretty decent. You can see the tutorial will also start off here, but we're not going to use it at the moment. We're first going to buy some gear. So W is forward, right, just like a regular game, where S is strafing backwards. Side to side is A and D, of course. But you can see here's our room. We're going to exit here by going to the door, hitting F. And then we can go out. Now, if you want to run faster, you can use scroll wheel up to go a little bit faster. You can see here's a lot of signage. Star Citizen is big on signage, so look out for this. See, this guy's waiting for the elevator, so always look out for signage. We can open here if we hit open, but this guy is going to use the floor. Always say the bottom one, ground floor. Once you hit this, we go to the ground floor to get out of here. This guy already did our job for us. Hopefully he did it correctly. Yeah, he did. So now we can run around. You're going to see here is a place where you can buy some food, but we're going to first make our way to the armor shop, since you will start off with 20,000 Alpha UEC credits, maybe a little bit more if you use my referral code. So here you can see we're going to buy a basic armor set and guns for us, because we are going to do a mission later on. So let's quickly buy something. Hit F. I'm gonna go with a couple of things here. First, we're gonna buy a nice undersuit for us. Technically, we already have one on, so we do not need to buy one. So let's forget about that one. But you can hit armor here. Let's quickly see if we can find a nice little suit for us. Here is the subcategories. So I want a couple of things. I'm going to go buy my helmet first. Let me quickly see if I can find something nice. So I'm just going to buy this heavy set here for me. You can also search if you want. So we can type in the heavy set name so that we can get the full set. So MOR. Then we can just go all categories. And we can basically buy the heavy set. Here's everything. So I'm just going to buy everything for myself. Just quick buy on the item. The helmet, the pants, the chest piece, the arms, and why not buy a backpack as well. Next, we want a multi-tool. So we're just going to type in tool, I believe. Do they even have a tool here? Let me just quickly take a look. Oh, we're on armor, that's why. So we're going to go full categories, armor. Oh, I'm going to type in tool. This is very important tool. We're going to hit quick buy. Then we're going to go beam, I think. Yeah, beam. Tractor beam, also very important to use. Quick buy. Let's see, do they have mates? We have mate pens here as well. We're going to quick buy a couple. Or instead of quick buying, hit buy. I'm going to buy like 5 so that we're ready to go. Then we're going to need a gun of some sort. Let me just quickly see here. Personal weapons. Usually I go with a P4. So you can just type in P4 here if you want to. And you can quick buy a weapon. And you can also buy a couple of mags for this weapon. If you hit buy, you can buy more than one. So I'm going to buy like 11. Just so that we have enough ammo for the mission that we're going to be doing. Then we should be all good to go. No need to worry about the other stuff at the moment. Now to equip everything, we will need to go outside here. And you're going to see right outside here is a storage access. You can hit F on it to open. You can, if you hold in right mouse button, you can drag your character around. You can see I already bought a whole lot of things on this character in the previous play session, but I'll quickly head over to my items that I just bought. Hopefully if I can find them. You can see here's your items that you just bought. If you want to equip them, you can just double click on your armor and it should be able to equip them one by one. Here is, where's our backpack? Here's our backpack as well. Slowly but surely equipping. Now for our gun, we can just equip as well. On the ammo, we can right click and say equip all. All the mags will go onto your armor. Don't forget your tractor beam that you bought. Your inventory will be way more cleaner than mine, so you should be good. On the med pens, equip all as well. Drag the rest into your inventory. Also the mags, the extra mags you can drag in there as well. Now we're all set up for a mission basically. To exit, you can just hit the exit sign here. If you want to look at your character, you can hit F4 and hold in Z to basically look at your character. To go back, you can hit F4 again and you should be able to go back. To access your inventory, you can hit I and you should see your items here. If you ever run out of mags, you can just right click equip all again, or mates, you can just right click and everything there. But I'll definitely show you once we get into a mission how to heal and so forth. Let me quickly make my way to the space station. Let me just recenter myself so that you know where we are. There's the ammo shop. Let's go to the spaceport and go get our first ship. So let's go down here. Just quickly follow me. Go up the stairs. Now the cities are quite confusing sometimes, so just follow along. You can see there's a lot of signage that will help you along here as well. You can see there's a little plane. Just follow that. There's the little sign there for the city. You're just gonna make a left here and then a right. You can see here as well more signage that you can follow, but the easiest is just to follow me. Go down the stairs. Go up here. Hopefully the trains will work for you. Sometimes they don't come, but it seems like it already came here. You can catch the train right here. Are we gonna make it? Yeah, we're gonna make it. So here you can see how long you need to wait before the train departs. Just stand here and wait. Okay, it seems like we're leaving. I can just watch the city here if you want to. Everything is physicalized, so you need to take train rides, deal with your inventory and medicine. But I'm definitely gonna go to the spaceport, take our ship and then fly to a space station so that we can set our respawn there, so you do not have to take train rides again since they are quite time consuming. Okay, our train has finally arrived at our destination. Now we can head out. Let's quickly head to the spaceport. Again, follow the signage. Best thing in Star Citizen, you can always read the signs even though they're a little bit confusing. But just make your way to the spaceport here. I'm sure you can follow along. No problem, we're going through customs here. Don't worry, they won't take your guns or anything. They just quickly... It's just pretend at the moment. You can see here you can access your storage again. Remember those boxes, they are really important. But we can just go up here. Now we can either call our ship here at the city. I'm just going to call our ship here so that we can at least see how to do it. So I'm going to use F on this.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Now I have a lot of ships, but I am going to take a starter ship. I'm just going to scroll down to the ship I want. The one I want is the Aurora MR. I'm going to say deliver. I'm going to request delivery. We're going to head back. You're going to see we haven't spawned our ship yet. The ship has just been delivered to our location. We need to scroll all the way down to Aurora MR again. This is my starter ship. Now I say retrieve.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
Our ship will retrieve. Eventually we'll get a hangar for it. There's my name, the core gameplay. Large hangar. I have large ships, so my hangar is large. But I'm going to spawn a small ship there. We go to an elevator. Just call the elevator, we're waiting for it. Eventually, click on your name here. It will take you to your hangar that you have at the moment. It's basically like a home location where your items will persist. It will only persist in the area where you spawned. It won't persist in space stations. But yeah, usually I don't use my hangar a lot. This is the PTU, so the sound is a little bit loud. But you can see here's my hangar. I do have a large since I have larger ships. But your hangar can do a couple of things. If you go back here, you can basically spawn any ship you want. For example, if I go here, and I can basically just store my Aurora. So I can say store. You'll see it will go into the ground. There my little ship goes into the ground. I'll probably respawn it just to show you. Okay, you see now it's all closed up. No more ship. The lights will turn on. No more ship. Now you can spawn your ship again here. It spawned a little ship in this big hangar again. So just hit use again. Go all the way down where your ship is located. You won't have as many ships. Mostly I got these from referring friends. Now once you spawn that ship again, you'll see that the floor will open. It's a little bit laggy, but the floor will open and our ship should come out of the floor, which is super nice. While this is happening, you can do other things. For example, you can gear up in your hangar as well. Same place where we geared up previously. If you hit use, you can gear up here again. Nothing too complicated. You can see I have a bunch of junk that I need to go sell. But we'll leave that for another day. Hopefully our ship comes. You can see there's a little ship. Now you can also get an elevator here where you can spawn boxes. But you can learn this on your own, I believe. Not too complicated. I'll show you quickly. Just for in case you want to do box delivery missions. So in each hangar, you will find this terminal. Basically, you can interact with it. You can see here is where the freight elevator is open. Before we can use the freight elevator, we need to send it down. So it will basically close. Let me quickly show you. This one will close. And then it's a little bit laggy at the moment. We are on the PTU while I am doing this. Since I want to update the guide to the latest version, I'm just going to drag a box onto the elevator. And I'm going to bring it up. Transferring to hangar. You can exit here while doing it. And it should come up. There's our little box in our cargo elevator. So this is basically how you bring bigger items into the world so that you can store it on your ship. If I hit number 4, I can heal in my hangar. If I hit number 5, I can take out my tractor beam that we bought. And I can pick up boxes that I can move around. But I'm going to leave this here. We're going to get this box in a minute. I'm going to show you how to make some money so that you can buy your first ship. First, let's get into our little ship. Let me show you how to pilot it. This is a starter ship. It's the basic package, right? The ship. So definitely super nice to show you what to do with it. So to get into your ship, you basically just go to the hatch here. Going to interact with it. Open. The ladder will drop down. You can just walk in. Sometimes you need to jump. The sound is currently bugged in the hangars, so it's very loud. To pilot, you can hit F, get into seat. Once in your seat, you can hit R to ready your ship. This will turn on all the systems. Okay, now we're in our ship. We want to request hangar access to leave. To do this, you hit left Alt N. So I'm just going to request. It will say gateway granted, or you can be in a queue if there's too many people. So just wait for gateway granted. You can see the hangar will open. To look like I just did, you can hold in Z and you can move with your mouse your head to see where you're going, right? So you can just take a look there. Usually the tips on the right hand side, they will give you hints on how to fly your ship. So you can see space is strafe up. So you can strafe up slowly. If you want to have a third person look off your ship, you can hit F4 and you can just hit space slowly but surely and you will go up with your ship. You're going to strafe upwards out of your hangar. Now you can hit F4 again to go first person view, right? Now we can just hold W towards the sky so that we can get out of the atmosphere. First, you need to also raise your landing gear. You can do that by hitting N. You're going to see landing gear here. If it is not, the block isn't filled with the color, it means your landing gear is raised. So you're all good to go. Now you can go slowly but surely up towards the sky. And then I'll teach you how to fly here and there. I'm just holding W to go forward at the moment. You can hit Shift to boost, which will give you a little bit more speed. But let me quickly make it out of atmosphere. If you want to go faster with your ship, for example, you want to go quantum travel mode, which we are going to need to get to the space station, you can hit B. Or you can hold B. Yeah, it's holding B. You can hold B, you'll enter nav mode. You'll see there, nav mode. You'll basically enter this. Your ship will basically be faster, but you lose your shields. So it's not great for combat. Your weapons will also turn off, but it's great for basically just flying a little bit more quickly. So let me quickly head over to the space station. To go to your first space station, you can hit F2. This is to open your map so that we can set a route. Right at the moment, we are at R Corp. You can basically just hold and click and you can move your mouse. But if you use scroll wheel, you can move out to the whole map here. Eventually you'll learn how to use this. But for now, we can just zoom in onto the planet. And we can look for Beijing Point. This is basically the space station. If you can't find it and you're like, I don't know how to get here, you can also use the search function where you can just type in the Beijing Point thing. You can just click on it and you can basically click here, hit R, and you should be able to route to it and you should be good to go. Now you can just hit X to exit and we can basically quantum travel. It's a faster way to get to things. So you'll spool your quantum drive by hovering over Beijing Point. And then you'll just hold in left click to jump. Now that we have jumped, you can basically orientate your ship. You can see I can roll with Q and E. I'm going to teach you the basics of flying right now. So you can roll with Q and E so that you can orientate your ship. If you want to go downwards, you can hold control, left control. If you want to go upwards again, you can basically hit spacebar. W is forward. If you want to go backwards, it's S. That's all basics that you need to know. You can see here on my screen, there's a TVI, velocity indicator. This little thing right here, if the arrows point inward, it means you're going forward. If I hold in D, I'm going to strafe right. You're going to see it's going to move to the right. If I hold A, you're going to see my ship is strafing towards the left. Wherever that indicator is at, this is the way your ship is strafing. So always keep that thing in mind. If you want to brake quickly, you can hit X to engage your space brake. Your ship will basically slow down. Eventually you will go to a stop. So it's pretty nice. You can see your ship speed by looking here. If it's 0, it means you're standing still. But we can basically switch modes now to basically enter combat mode. It's also the safest mode since you'll gain your shields. So all that you can do is basically hold B, I believe. Just hold B, you'll see SCM guns. Now our ship here has gained its shields and everything, and we can fire our guns if we choose so. But we are in a non-combat zone. You can see here on the left hand corner, there is a little stop sign here, stop sign, and there's a little I. The I means we're in a comma ray range, which means if we do a crime, we'll get a crime stat, and eventually, if you hit crime stat 3, players can bounty hunt you and kill you and send you to prison. So be very careful to not kill other players or kill NPCs that's white, otherwise you might get a crime stat and go to prison. Now we are at the space station here. Let me quickly show you how to get your first hangar. To get your first hangar, you're basically going to go to the space station, just hover just above it, and then Alt N. You can call the space station and you should be able to get a hangar. So hit Alt N. It'll give you a landing bay. Now you need to look for this little icon right here to find your hangar. It's a little drop marker. It's actually very small for that, but we're gonna slowly but surely approach our hangar. Once here, we are going to lower our landing gear so that we can land in our hangar. Once you lower your landing gear by hitting N, you'll see your ship slows down quite a bit. If you want to go third person just to make sure your ship is okay, you can hit F4. Slowly but surely approach your hangar here. You can use control to go down. Just take it nice and slow, hitting W every now and then. To go forward, once here, just hit control to go down slowly. Do not hold it in, just taper it a little bit. Tap it here and there. There, landing successful, right? Now to turn off your engine so your ship doesn't move around, you can hit I. It will turn off your engine. If you want to take off again, you can hit I again. Engine will turn on and off. To know if your engine is on and off, you can look at these things right here. This is basically your fuel. But if you turn off your engine, it will turn red, which means your engine is off. To get out of your pilot seat, gonna hit Y. Just hold it in. Will slowly but surely exit your seat. You can get out of your ship. Now this hangar is completely safe. This is the small hangar. You probably will start with something like this. But let me show you how to set your respawn on the space station, so you do not respawn on the big city again, having to take the big train. So let's quickly head over to our respawn setting. We're going to hit the elevator here, call elevator with F, so that we can set our respawn. Whenever we die, we will lose our armor set, but we won't lose our ship at all. So you can always recall your ship from insurance. You have to pay a little bit of money, but it's not the end of the world. It's very inexpensive at the moment. Once in the elevator, you want to go here. You can hit middle mouse button to zoom in, and you're going to look for lobby. Go to lobby. These space stations are safe at the moment, so you won't be able to get shot here. Usually if there isn't a bug. But you can see we're on the space station. Let's quickly look for that respawn point. Now you can just run forward here. We're going to look for the hospital, right? You can see here's the yellow doors. Hospitals are usually greenish. You can just hold shift. You can see here medical clinic. Each space station has one, and you're going to have to look for a terminal. This is patient check-in. We do not want this. We want one of these, regeneration. Once here, we're going to hit F again. Transfer imprint. Basically, they're going to 3D print your body once you die, and you're going to spawn in a medical bed, and you can continue. Now these space stations are very special. They have a lot of goods that you can buy. Most goods you can access by going to these yellow doors. I'm going to go buy an empty box so that we can put loot in it. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So look for these empty doors. Well, elevator is going to say elevator right there. We're going to go to the cargo area. So I'm going to basically call the elevator. Go in here. We're going to go to cargo center on the elevator. Once here, you can run up the stairs. I'm going to buy an empty box so that we can fill it with armor that we loot, so we don't have to buy them, or we can even sell the armor for a pretty decent profit. You can see here, here's the logistics, supplies. You can also buy gear here, backpacks. Backpacks are the cheapest here to buy, so if you want to save some money, you can buy backpacks here. But we're going to go to this cargo shop terminal. We're going to buy ourselves a nice empty box. I'm going to say here at categories, I'm going to say containers. Containers, I'm going to buy myself a 2 ACU, I believe. Or maybe let's buy 2 1 ACUs. Just to make it interesting. So I'm going to say buy. I'm going to buy 2 of them. You can also buy a bigger one. You can see they come in all shapes and sizes. The bigger they are, the more difficult they are to handle with your tractor beam. You can also buy a 2 ACU. I'll just buy one for in case. I'll just buy another one so that I can show you. Okay. Now we have these. We're going to go back to our ship. And I'm going to show you how to fill those up with armor so that we can get extra credits. Let's make our way back to our ship. At the elevator again. Let's quickly go to a hangar and habs. This is the way to your ship again. Is there hangar and habs? Now we just need to go forward and look for the orange signs, right? You can see there they are in the distance. Now we can basically go to our ship. You probably landed here, but if you didn't, you need to call your ship again. Just use these terminals.
Vehicle retrieval system.
Go all the way to the ship you want and you can just say retrieve or deliver and then retrieve. But you can see mine is already on a pad or a small hangar. The core game plays small hangar. Let's quickly go there. Let's go to the elevator. Hitting F again. Luckily, the system is way better these days. It will actually tell you the keys that you need to use, which helps a lot, especially if you're a new player. Back then, we didn't get all of this, so it's kind of a luxury thing. You can see here's our little ship. I'm gonna call up a couple of boxes to attach to its cargo grid. At the moment, it's very difficult to attach any cargo to the Aurora, but it's also the only starter ship that can attach cargo for the most part. Well, the cheapest package that can attach cargo. But let me quickly call up those boxes for us. You're going to see here's our little elevator, our freight elevator. Let's call up those boxes so that we can attach them to our cargo grid for loot. So I'm gonna basically lower it. Here on the left hand side, we need to lower it first. Once lowered, we can take our boxes, drag them to the left, bring them up. They will come up. We can just press exit. Here they are. Now somehow we need to attach it there. It's a little bit difficult at the moment. Now we do not want our gun. To get out your gun, it's 1. And you can shoot in your hangar if you want to. It's just click. Right click is aim. But we do not want that. We want our tractor beam. That's healing. Number 4 is healing. But here's our tractor beam. You can just hit number 5. Let's first try the bigger box, since it might be easier to fill. But you can also pick up the smaller box. To pick up a box, it's not too difficult. You can just hit left click. And then you can use scroll wheel to bring the box close to you and further away. If you want to rotate the box, you can hold in R. Then you can use scroll wheel to rotate it. Or you can go left and right with your mouse, so you can rotate it. But let's quickly see if we can attach this to our cargo grid. It is a little bit difficult at the moment. They are trying to fix it for us. But let's quickly see if we can get our box in there. It should just snap. There we go. You can see it's blue. And there it snaps. Perfect. So you can get about 2 SEUs in here, I believe. Actually, we can get another one in there, I think. So let's quickly see. Haven't played with the little Aurora in a minute, just because I have bigger ships. But I'll definitely do my best to guide you through most of it. You can see once there, it will snap as well. So you get about 3 SEUs here. Very nice. These boxes you will be able to open and store gear into, which I'll show you how to do in a minute. Now that we have our boxes there, we can just leave our box there. I'm just going to lower the lift, but in case it doesn't persist, since anything you leave in this hangar will despawn once you leave, so just make sure your gear is safe. I'm just going to lower the elevator. It will save that box for later. Now let's do our first little mission. Now how do you get missions? Well, if you hit F1, you'll open up your Mobi glass. Mobi glass is very important. This is the main dashboard. You can see your ship, you can see your health, plus you can get all these tabs down here. Health is what's happening to your body. You can see I'm 100% health, my heartbeat, no drugs activated at the moment. Array is all your friends that you can invite. You can also see pending invites. You can also call the station from here. You can see I have 1 friend here. I can invite to party if I want to. Contracts is where all the missions are at. You can get verified missions, which is the lawful missions. Unverified missions is usually NPCs and unlawful missions, so be very careful when you do these. You can get a crime stat. But for this one here, we are going to do a couple of missions. Let's quickly see what's available. If we go to mercenary, here is protect site trial contract. So we'll get our first little contract right here. Let's quickly do this one so that I can show you how to loot. Eventually, I'll show you how to do combat as well. But first, let's do this contract. Also, if you go to offers again and you go to mercenary, always accept call to arms. This will basically give you a little bit of kickback, 500 alpha UEC, basically 500 money each time you kill an bad NPC. So always good to have. You can see here's all our contracts at accepted. We're just going to track this one. You can basically say track, untrack here. So definitely very good to untrack, well, track it. We're going to see it gives us 10k. Let's quickly head over to our ship and do our first contract here so that we can get some money. Plus, we'll earn some extra credits. Let's close that door. Let's enter our ship by pressing F again. Now that we are here, remember we turned off our engines previously? Well, we can turn it on by hitting I. If your ship is completely off, you're going to have to hit R. Just remember that to flight ready it. But we already did that, so we're pretty decent. Now we need to call the hangar to open it, right? Well, to do this, we're going to hit Alt N. We can use F4 and holding Z to see if our hangar opens. Some of them open at the top and some of them open at the back. You'll get used to it eventually. But I'm just going to hit F4 to go third person, holding Z to rotate my camera. Now, sometimes it can be a little bit wobbly or disorientating if you do this, but not too bad. Let's quickly hit spacebar, tap it a couple of times. We're gonna leave the hangar here by hitting S and spacebar just to keep us in the air. Now we can slowly but surely go backwards. We can hit F4 again to go first person. We're gonna look for the yellow mission marker. You can see there's the yellow mission marker. We're gonna hit N to raise our landing gear. Okay, raised. We're gonna hold in B to spool our quantum drive to go to our mission objective. If you can't find the yellow marker, you can always hit F2 to open your map. You can see here's our map. Here's the yellow marker. We can just double click on it. Slowly but surely we can click on that one as well. If you can't get a marker, you can just go to the planet. If you click on the planet, you should be able to get this route icon here. You can either click this or you can just basically press R and you should be able to route to the planet. Then you can just hit F2 again, or you can exit here on the right. Just gonna exit. Let's quickly jump to this. To jump, we already spooled our quantum drive, right? We can just hold in left click. Okay, we are at the planet now. It's a little bit of a cooldown on the quantum drive, but if you hover over your mission marker, you'll see that the spooling will begin. Sometimes you cannot jump to a mission marker, you will have to fly there. So you can just choose an OM marker to jump there and then fly to your area that you need to be at. But in this case, we can jump to our quantum marker. Let's quickly go there. I'm just rotating my ship so that we can be upright on this moon. So if you want to remove the UI that's bothering you, you can just hit middle mouse button and we can fly towards our objective. We are in atmosphere at the moment, so your ship might handle a little bit differently. Also, you can set your shields and things if you want to with F5 and so forth. Usually I just keep it on my thrusters when I'm in no position to fight. But yeah, I'll explain that in a minute once we're going to fight. But for now, I'm just going to put everything to shields. There we go. Everything is to shields at the moment for me. Let's quickly see if we're welcome here. I'm just going to hold B to enter combat mode here. Since this is our mission area, we need to eliminate hostiles. Now we need to land here. We're going to put down our landing gear, press N.
Landing gear deployed.
The landing gear is deployed. We need to find an area to land. Let's just use F4 again. Use Z to rotate our camera. We can also reset our camera by holding F4 and then hitting the star icon on our numpad. But we basically need to land our ship so that we can get into this little bunker here. So I'm just going to land here in front. Control to go downwards. There we go. Nice open area. All landed. Now we can get out. Turn off your engines. Hit I.
Engines are off.
Okay. Now we can hold Y to get out of our ship. We're quickly going to enter some combat here with our gun. Our gun is already out. But to take out your gun, you can just hit 1. You can see there's a little gun. Just close your door for in case somebody wants to steal your ship. We do not want that. We can hit 5 to take out our tractor beam. We're going to take one of these boxes so that we can loot with them. Sometimes they can get a little bit stuck here and there. Let's see if I can get this thing out. It's a little bit stuck. Okay, finally got it out. We're going to take this box with us so we can fill it with loot, right? Since everything you need to carry around in boxes, you can't just put it in your backpack. Backpack's a little bit too small. Now we need to fit this thing through this little doorway, which can be difficult. The best way I found this, well, to be able to do this, is just take your tractor beam and then slowly but surely walk backwards. It's the best way I found to do this. And if you put it down, you're going to see we need to go through this doorway as well. Just pick it up. Slowly but surely make your way back here. And then you can put your cargo box right here. All good to go. Now you can hold R to put your weapon, well, your tractor beam away. Sub level 1. Take out your gun. Going to have to be careful here, since this will be enemies that we need to deal with. Take the elevator down, right? It's basically like a little bunker that you can do to shoot enemies. Also, do not shoot friendlies, otherwise you'll go to prison. But we'll quickly head over here. You can use control, well, C to crouch, and slowly but surely look for the enemies. You can hear them. You'll see they usually wear purple. I think that's one. There we go. This is our first enemy. Just like a regular shooter, right click is aim and left click is shoot. If you ever get into trouble, you can hit 4 to heal yourself. Let me just quickly see. Should be a couple of players around here. Well, NPCs. Just need to be careful. Oh. We're going to loot their gear in a minute so that we can make money. But you'll see they'll spawn with guns that you can loot if you want. They'll also have ammo. You can lean by hitting Q or E. Reload is just R, like most games. Quickly hearing this guy. Where is he? Let's go up here. Eventually, they will spawn markers on their head, just to make it a little bit easier to find. But there's lots of loot in this bunker as well. Okay, we completed this mission completely. Now, in this bunker, there can be loot as well. We can loot, so just run around and search for them. But let's quickly see if we can loot these NPCs before this timer runs out. It's in half an hour, so we're pretty decent. You can also find these medical boxes. If you press F to loot, you can see here is a medical gun. This is way more advanced healing. And here's the juice for that gun. I'm just going to equip one. And I'm going to use the juice here. I'll keep the other one in my inventory as well. So you can just drag and drop it into inventory. If you want to heal yourself with that medical gun, you can hit 5. You can hit it again until you cycle to it. Here is the advanced medical gun. You can hit B to heal yourself. Or you can go holding F, go advanced, say auto, and you'll heal any limbs that might be damaged and so forth. But let's quickly go get that little box of ours so that we can fill it up with the dead NPC loot, so that we can go sell it for extra profit, so that we eventually can make a little bit of money. So hit number 5, go to your box. Let's quickly go to an NPC here and loot its gear. There's a couple of them around here. I find it easier to just move to the NPC, put the box down. Now we want to loot this NPC, hit F on it. It's going to open up this inventory, hit the yellow arrow at the right. Now you can just right click, say drop item, and boxes to spawn on the ground. We will drag this into the inventory in a minute. Just close that, say open your box. Here's your box. Now you can just drag and drop your items into this box and it should fill. There's also a gun on the ground. Just drag it into this little box. That might be everything. Let's quickly hit 5 again. Hit it again. There we go. Now let's move on to the next NPCs. I'm just gonna put it in the middle here so that I can loot both of them. I guess I can just put all of the NPCs close by as well. Like their guns. Put that there as well, so I can just quickly drag and drop them into the container. Just gonna quickly loot their bodies as well. Okay, my box is about 91% full. I think it's full enough. Let's quickly go see if we can sell all of this gear. You can either use it or sell it. I'm gonna sell it just so that I can make a profit. Now let's exit this bunker. Just using my tractor beam. There's a lot of loot boxes in here as well that we can still loot. But for the tutorial's sake, I'm just gonna show you how you can sell the items. Inside this box, let's quickly see how much we can make by going back to the space station and selling this. It's not a full box, but it's almost there, right? So definitely you can fill up more by doing more bunkers. This was the first little trial mission that we took. Let's quickly head over to the elevator. Can be a little bit difficult to navigate, but not too difficult, right? Quickly go here. You can see we still have 18 minutes left at this location before the turrets start shooting us. So let me quickly head up and attach this box to our ship. Okay, we made it at the top here. Let's quickly take this box through this corridor. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult. Slowly. You do not want it to clip the door. Sometimes they can bug out. Game is still very much in alpha, so be very careful with things you do. Sometimes you can lose progress instantly if a bug happens. But let's see if we can attach this thing. Hopefully we can get in there. There we go. All attached. Let's quickly head over to the space station again. Our home location. Close the door. You should be able to know how to fly about now, since I've explained it quite a bit, but I'll definitely keep mentioning the key bindings. Our engines are off, right? Indicated by the red. Fuel gauges. I hit I to turn it on. Now I'm just going to go third person. F4. Then we can rotate or reset it by F4 and star. On the numpad. Let's quickly see if we can make our way out of the atmosphere and to raise landing gear.
Landing gear raised.
Okay, landing gear is raised. We can hold B so that we can fly a little bit faster, but we'll lose our shields and our guns. Now we just need to go 10k above atmosphere. You can see Alt M. If we go about 10k above, we can usually quantum travel. To quantum travel to the space station, we can hit F2. Most space stations are in the main body of the planet here. You can see ArcCorp is in the middle. Double click it, zoom in. And then we need to head to Beijing Point. Space stations are usually just above the planet, right? We can click on it, hit R. We'll get our route. Now we just need to find our route and then we can fast travel. Okay, we have arrived. Let's quickly see where's the space station at the moment. It's a little bit further away. Let's quickly just jump to it again. Sometimes you need to do 2 jumps. So yeah, just remember it. Just look for it. Here we go. Let's quickly find the hangar. I already explained how to do it right previously. But you basically just get close to the space station. Alt N to request landing. And then you fly into your hangar. So let me quickly do that. Okay, we're at our hangar here. Let me just lower landing gear. So that we can land and go sell this little box. For a profit. It's a pretty decent way to make money. Just looting NPCs. Taking their gear. Selling their gear. Let me quickly land here and I'll show you exactly how to do that. Here we go, our little ship. It's a pretty decent ship, the Aurora. It can even do combat, which I will do in a minute with you. Just to show you how to target things. How here and there, how to maneuver to avoid most of the fire. But let's first make our first bit of money here. We already made 10k with the mission, right? Now, all that we need to do is go sell this box so that we can make a little bit more money. So just 5 to get to the tractor beam. Just cycle through it. Just quickly see here if we can get it off. It's a little bit difficult. Sometimes you need to maneuver here and there until you can grab the box. But yeah, just aim for the middle. If you aim for the sides, sometimes you can't grab it. So aim for the middle there. Be able to grab your box. Let's quickly drag this out and then let's put it on our elevator, send it down so that we can go sell this. So let's quickly see here. You can either use the gear or you can go sell it. I'm gonna go sell it to see how much we can make. Since we already bought ourselves a full set, right? We do not need extra armor, but if you want to, you can definitely do that if you want. So there's a little box. Let's quickly store this. Complete it. Nice. Now let's quickly go sell that box. Let me go to the cargo center. I already showed you how to get there, but maybe I'll just show you again. Just call elevator here. Go into the elevator lobby. Make your way over. Call the elevator. Go inside. Go to cargo center. Then once at the cargo center, make your way over to the terminal. Once at these terminals, we can basically go sell. Just say use. Press sell at the very top here. You can see here's our containers. Click on your 2 SEU container. Click it. Do not say quick sell. Go to sell. Do hit this button. Do not say that button. Say sell. And you can see here's all of our items that we looted. If we sell, we're going to make about 22,000 thereabout. Since we're also going to be selling this box we can get for 2k, right? It costs 4k to buy this box, so we're basically losing 2,000. So our complete profit is 22,000. So if I sell everything inside this box, you can see the box disappears, but our money will update. So in total, we made about 30,000 just for that mission. Now let me go show you how to do another mission. That's a combat mission, ship to ship combat. I'm quickly going to make my way back to the hangar. You can do this by just running back to the elevator. Once at the elevator, you can just call it, go hangar and habs, make your way to the space station port, I guess, where those terminals are. You can call your ship here, but my ship is already called. We can go straight to it. Go to our hangar, a small little hangar. Scroll down. Now that you have made a little bit of money by selling, let's discuss combat and how to go about it. First thing that you want to do is grab a contract by hitting F1, going to bounty hunting. So for ship combat, we want a bounty hunting mission that has doing a trial mission for a bounty hunting mission. But I already accepted one. So this one is the Blackjack Bounty Trial Contract 4K. This will give us a small ship to fight against. So let me quickly show you how to repair your ship before we head out. Repair, refuel, restock. So here's our little ship, right? You just jump in here. Just close it up. And then let's quickly make sure that we repair, refuel, and restock our ship. So once in your ship, you can just hit F1. All the way to the right, you can go landing. And here is a couple of services. Right now on the PTU, it's a little bit bugged. It doesn't really want to do it. Oh, it actually does it now. So you can see processing and so forth. Repairing is repairing your ship. Restock is like restocking your countermeasures, your missiles, and so forth. Refuel and hydrogen fuel, all of them are fuels, so pretty decent. Eventually this will restock for you and you should be good to go. Let's quickly explain how to do combat. I'm gonna head to the mission and then I'll explain a couple of things for you that you need to know. But first, let's exit the hangar by hitting Alt N right. Let's quickly open so that we can leave. Let's set our route, F2 to open map. You can see we need to go all the way to Walla, but this time around we cannot fast travel to this target, so we're just gonna jump to the moon. Just click on the moon and then say route, and we should be able to make our way over there. Let's hit I to turn back on our engines, or R to flight ready ship if the ship was completely off. Spacebar, and then F4 to third person view. Then we can raise our landing gear by holding, well, we can just tap N. Now let's spool to our target. Hold B to change your mode to nav mode. We will spool, hold and click to fast travel. Okay, we have arrived at the planet. Now you can see we cannot jump to just the target, so we're going to need an OM marker. You can see there's an OM3 marker, which is a little bit closer to our target. Let's quickly jump there and see if we can get there. Okay, we jump to the OM. Can we still get a little bit closer? Maybe not. Let's quickly see. There's another OM. So for this OM, we are going to have to cut our quantum drive. By hitting U, we will turn off the power of our ship, but we will basically cancel our quantum drive mid-flight. So I'm quickly going to spool and then hit U to cut my power of my ship, and then I can hit R to power up my ship again to flight ready it. Let's see if we're a bit closer. Not much closer really. We're going to have to do it again. See if I can get there. We just focus a bit. Okay, I did it again. You will turn off your ship completely, so just make sure you're decent. Now we're 77.3 kilometers out, which is pretty decent. We can definitely fly that. So I'm just going to make my way over there. Slowly but surely. If you want to like constantly travel, you can hold Alt and C. It will basically activate this mode where you will just travel forward by yourself. Just remember to deactivate it. Alt C again when you get too close. But before we head over there, I quickly want to go over some basic combat things with you, just so that you can manage your ship and know what your guns do. So let me just go back to the other mode. So once you're in the fast traveling mode, you need to basically activate your gun mode, right? By holding B, you'll switch your gun mode here to SEM guns. This means you're in combat mode basically. This is the mode where you can shoot your guns by left clicking and right clicking. but there's a couple of systems that you need to manage. On the left here, you're going to see there's a power triangle. You can manage your ship's power by using hotkeys. The hotkeys are F5. If you hold it in, you'll switch all your power to your guns, meaning your guns here will have more bullets and a faster recharge rate for energy weapons. You can also have thrusters. If I hold in F6, you will switch your power to thrusters, which means you can boost for longer. Boost is shift, meaning you'll basically turn faster and so forth. Boost is very important in combat to avoid shots. Every now and then throw in a boost to keep your ship moving. And then probably one of the most important things are shields at the moment. Since most players can just leave their ship on shields, their weapons will still regenerate and so forth. So let's quickly throw everything to shields by hitting F7. Just hold in F7 and you will throw everything to shields. This will almost double your shields HP, I believe, which is super strong at the moment. So just leave it there for now. If you're super new, you will always regenerate your boost and your ammo just a little bit here and there. So it will help quite a bit. I will probably just leave it there. Next up, we need countermeasures for missiles. What's the button for the decoys? For example, here's your decoy amount. There's your noise amount. For decoys, you can hold in H. And you'll see you can basically, the longer you hold it, the more decoys you will basically fire off. Very important. Usually, you want to fire off about 3 decoys for a missile. You'll make like a trail of fire behind you that will spoof missiles. And then you also get noise, which the button is J. If you hit J, it will basically make a smoke screen around you. Ships will lose target on you, so they can't target lock you. Very good. For when you want to get away, you pop this, you go into nav mode and you can just jump away. Super good. Always use this if you're in combat and you want to get away. You can always do that. Now let's head over to the target and I'll show you how to target. Okay, I think we're at our target. Let me enter gun mode by holding B. SEM guns. Let's see if we can find them. You can press tab to scan, to ping. So there's our contact. We can press T to target. Now I'm just going to slowly but surely strafe a little bit to the right by holding D. And then I'm going to turn into my target by tapping Q. And every now and then I'll basically just make sure my nose is pointed toward my target, so I don't crash into them. This is in atmosphere, so it's a little bit different. But just going to pepper them. Sometimes you want to be close, but most times when you're starting out, don't worry too much about it. Just do your best. Aim and shoot. See if you can hit the target. When the circle turns green, usually it's on target, right? Just take your time as you learn everything. And you can just shoot it. Eventually it will go down. I'm just rolling into my shots for the most part, trying to keep my nose on them. I'm not pressing forward either. We can close the distance a bit. 500 would be a bit better. But for now, we're a bit of newbie, right? So we're just practicing. I'm just rolling with Q, holding in D. You can also strafe upwards if you want. Throw in a little bit of movement, but you can see that it's hardly hitting us because we're strafing to the right and rolling towards them with Q. Eventually this should pop, which is, our weapons are quite small, so we do need to be careful. Just wait for our weapons to regen. Sometimes I'm a little bit impatient with it, so I don't always wait for it. But I'm just circle strafing him. Not doing much really. This is a prospector, so sometimes they're quite tanky. Believe it's a prospector, I'm not quite sure. I'll really zoom in on the name at the moment. It's difficult to see. There we go. The enemy is down. Now the enemy at the moment is soft deft. So that was it a drag cutter? It was a drag cutter. It wasn't a prospector. So the enemy is soft deft. They are basically dead in the concept of a mission. But the ship hasn't been exploded. If it lands on the ground, you can enter the ship and take its components. Let's see if the ship actually will explode. I'm just going to follow it until it hits the ground. Maybe it explodes, maybe it doesn't. There it explodes. So basically it hit the surface of the planet, so it exploded, unfortunately. Sometimes they can have cargo on them and you can loot it. And you can also loot their components if they survive. In space, if you kill a ship, you can loot it. But yeah, that's the basics of combat. Now, let's quickly head over to the space station again. The reason why I want to head to the space station, I want to show you how to eat and drink. On the left hand corner, you can see my water and food is getting pretty low. I'm quickly going to show you at least how to eat and drink and keep your character tippy top shape. So let's quickly go have some food at the space station. Okay, we're landing in our hangar so that we can go get that food and water at least. Already took out the landing gear. I'm pretty sure you know how to land by now. Engines off by using I. Let's quickly go get that food just so that I can show you how to eat. Since it's quite important, you don't do it a lot in Star Citizen, but if you don't do it, you can die. So here's our hangar again, right? Let's quickly go to the food court here. Just do the elevator, it won't be long. Only a couple of seconds maybe. Call the elevator. Hopefully it comes quickly. Okay, finally it's here. Let's go to lobby. Okay, elevator is open. Let's quickly head over to the food court here. It should sometimes in the front here. Here's a whole little hot dog stand that we can eat food. You can see people have been leaving their bottles around. So F4, you can see we have our helmet on. If we hit Alt 8, we can take our helmet off. Now F4 again, we can go into first person. Let's buy a hot dog by just pressing F, quick tapping it, don't hold it. You can see we've got our little hot dog, and once we click, we can basically eat it. Yum yum. That's how you feed yourself. You'll see your food will go up to 100%. Here is a drink. You can just quick buy it by tapping. There's our little pips. Click. And click. And once you hold down click, you will basically consume the whole beverage. Our water goes up as well. Now you're probably going to need a couple of these. You can just click again. Throw that thing right there in the corner. Let's try a fizz. It's a nice fizz. You can click again. And this lady keeps complaining as we buy things from her shop. Bad customer service. Just make sure to re-equip your helmet by pressing Alt 8. Otherwise you might die in the future. That's the basics of Star Citizen. If you need a little bit more help farming money, then you can watch this video right here where I show you exactly how to do this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.